So here's a question I get quite often for people who are pregnant or in early pregnancy. And that is, should I do an NT scan as well as NIPT testing? So let's break that down a little bit. An NT scan is an ultrasound that's done around 12 weeks gestation, and it measures the back of the baby's neck. Now, traditionally, this testing was done before we had really great screening methods like NIPT, and it was pretty accurate in detecting increased risk for certain conditions, especially Down syndrome. So if that NT measurement was larger than a certain millimeter, we would feel pretty confident that there's likely something going on in the lymphatic drainage of the baby or the pregnancy, and most often it would be correlated with an increased risk for Down syndrome. So now a lot of providers and patients are a little bit confused and saying, well, if we have NIPT testing, and NIPT is a blood test that looks for the risk of certain chromosome conditions, if that comes back normal or without any increased risk, then do we really need to do the NT scan? And so my take on it as a genetic counselor is absolutely. The NT scan gives you really valuable information, not just about risk for chromosome conditions like Down syndrome or other trisomies, but if that NT measurement is large, it tells us that there might be something that's going on with the lymphatic drainage. Sometimes it could be indicative of a cardiac defect. So if your NT measurement is enlarged, there are multiple other things that we are thinking of from a genetic perspective that we'd probably offer you testing and screening for so that you can be ahead of the game and learn a little bit more about risk or make sure that you're set up for the right resources once baby is born. So if you're given the option of having an NT scan, certainly my advice is absolutely go ahead and take that, because if you're someone who would want information from genetic testing, then knowing info from an NT scan can be really helpful as well. Follow me for more advice on pregnancy tips and testing that can occur in pregnancy.